Hello. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Today, I don't know, today feels like it's a pretty good day. Pretty good day. Hope everyone's doing well. I got some Mountain Dew Live Wire here. I have a strawberry lemonade here. I got plain old water, so I got all my drinks this time. I got all my drinks. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. There's not much more that kind of needs to be done. Like, I could release it right now. I think the entire gameplay loop is there. I do have to test, like, how you level, like, what the criteria is. And maybe have a place to tell people, like, what the progression is. We may work on some spells. We may work on some armor stuff. Hey, Bernardo. Not sure. Start from scratch, obviously. Obviously, this is the stream where I delete everything, delete things from GitHub, and then just start fresh. How's it going, Bernardo? I think I'm gonna tap into some of this live wire. Oh man, that's good. Whew. That is good. You know what I think? The reason why I think I'm in such a good mood is because I thought that I had to mow today. I'm like, oh man, I gotta mow and weed whack. And I totally forgot. And I'm thinking about this because I had a training today. So I'm on site and I'm like, oh man, like, you know, grass is gonna be super long. Like, it's gonna be annoying to do. And then when I pulled in, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I did that like last weekend. I'm good. Yeah. Hey, so Bernardo, how's that Neo Forged going? Have they removed all the old Minecraft Forge assets yet? Can I dive into the code yet? All right. So we got some stuff here. I got the wands on display, so I still need to do the models for these three. The books are all done. The GUIs for the staff, so like I have my test staff here. This is all done. This is exactly what I want. Depending on what you put in, right? You know, you can see all the information, what the potency is. Your memorized spells over here. For the spell book, looks pretty good in my hand. I like the stamp on it. It kind of feels like a spell book. For meditation here, I resized everything, was a little OCD about it, did some pixel perfect moving here. All the, you know, everything's working, at least all the icons are in, so everything spellbook related and spell related is, for the most part, done. I am so glad I changed these arrows to yellow. I hated their color before. Yeah, but like the GUI, you know, they're all done. I finished the temporal gear, or the temporal bracelet, so you can actually craft the temporal bracelet. You have to here we gotta test it here. So let's get a copper ingot. Yeah, I'll grab a handful of them. Let's grab a forge. There, we'll just put down the forge. There, I'll just put a bunch of those down for testing. Get some coal. Yeah, we'll grab charcoal. And a torch. I don't know, I've been doing other things lately. People found 2 exploits on MC when the world stopped. Of course. Of course. Those people, right? Those people finding those exploits. Were the exploits big? Like, what was it, an exploit with like login information kind of exploit, or was it like an exploit as in, like, you know, because there's a big difference between like the log4j stuff that kind of hit, right, where it was like, oh my god, you know, 0-day thing. They can kind of get all your information, and then like, well, you can like dupe this item if you do this certain weird cheeky thing with like a chest and a trap, you know. I need tongs. Boop. Yeah, you cook. You cook. Let's get an anvil as well. I need an anvil and a hammer. Boop. There we go. Yeah. So basically, to make your bracelet, it's not going to be as easy as the staff and the spellbook. Well, the spellbook's actually not easy either. You have to go through the process and create actual leather. So it's like a 4-step process with, like, you know, the hide, barrel. You have to have the, you know, like whatever the sodium borate or whatever it is. All right, that's good. So if we go down, we should see, there it is, the bracelet frame. I know what I can do here. Oh, no, put it back. There we go. We're gonna hit escape. I want tooltip options there. I believe I could go into one of my other mods. I remember it's a certain way you have to do the language file. Here it is. Anvil tooltips. Gonna put that at the bottom. Boop. Oh, I already had a place for it. Silly me. This is gonna be the item craft description. This is going to be bracelet frame. Used for crafting temporal bracelets. This is really the, you know, the kind of this is really the time when I have to think about the gameplay loop. You know, like, I'm not going to be available for everyone to, like, well, how do you learn a spell? How do you create the bracelet? You know, how do I increase mana regen? How, you know, and I don't want to write like an entire essay and then have to update the essay every update. So the more intuitive I can make the items and their descriptions, like what they do per item, the easier it's going to be for me. So right now, still don't see. Oh, this is for the recipe. This isn't the. Oh, this should be for the anvil item description. I think I got to do one more thing. Oh my god, that's so good. Man, that is sugary sweet when you don't drink soda for realsies. Really, the only time I actually drink like full-blown soda like this is when I'm live streaming. All MC from 1.7 to 1.12. Yeah. Let's see. The second one's a showstopper. Many mods that use a bad serialization method left public servers open to bad actors. Whoops. Hey, Vexus. I saw it. You broke it. Hey, Vexus. I got Arc installed, and I made sure to get that map installed too. The Fjordor, whatever it was. So I'm thinking tonight. That's why I'm live streaming now. Tonight I'm going to be totally going to be playing. I got to get my arc on. There we go. So bracelet frame used for crafting temporal bracelets, right? That's pretty easy for people to kind of see and see. Like it's not too bad to make it. Move a couple things over, you know, knock a couple things out, and you're good to go. Mega hit. Totally did not mean to do that, by the way. So I'm gonna test it. I gotta make sure that I actually can create these items. Damn it. There's that side. I actually really like doing this kind of stuff. I don't know why. All right. I got this. So that should give me the bracelet. Yep, and we got it there. If I get some water. Boiling water? No, thank you. Let's get some still water. I don't need that hammer anymore. Oop. All right, whatever. There we go. So there, how does that? Oh God, look at it. I gotta fix that. Boop. You're sugary sweet. Yeah, thanks, Vexes. Smithing is really satisfying. It is. It is. I definitely like it. So in order to fix this, I'm gonna have to get another item. What can I stack these to? I think I could stack them to 1,000. Whoa, hold on. Let's make a quick change here. This isn't what's gonna happen. Here, bracelet frame. You know, I'll be nice and I'll have it to where you could stack up to 8. How's that? 1,000. Get out of here with that. All right, we'll reload. Yeah, make it just the right temp with boiling water. Yeah. Just right. Although boiling water should still do the trick, right? It's going to boil at around 100 degrees, depending on the impurities that are in it. That's how the glass blowers can, like, you know, shape with their hand. They take newspaper and, like, wet it, and then they use that for this molting hot glass. I'm like, it's brave. All right, let's do TF edit. This is going to be the ground transform. We got to, like, figure out where the hell this thing went. I have no idea where it is. Is it too big or too small? I'll make it the maximum. Oh, there it is. Maybe I'll do like 450. Nope, 450. Oh my God, 450. Come on. There we go. I mean, that looks pretty good. There, pump it down so it looks like it's on the ground. I think that should be good. We're gonna copy this JSON, so this is gonna be the ground transform. Boop, there we go. All right, we're gonna reload. That's what she said. That is what she said. Oh, Moobot, you were just a little too late. Little too late. Moobot's sleeping, maybe. All right, there it is. So kind of throw it out. All right, so that looks pretty good. What does it look like if you put it on a shelf? I don't think I made it shelfable. No, I didn't. Yeah, and you can't put it there. Okay, that's good. I made sure to throw 9 of them out. Yep, and it can only go up to 8. Good. So yeah, that's what you would use to make a temporal bracelet. You need that, mana stones. So now you can make the temporal bracelet. And the way you upgrade your bracelets, the same as the staff in the spellbook. You need a temporal gear and mana. And you need to be of a certain tier level. Crashes, yeah. Okay, let's take a look at the spellbook here. Let's meditate. We will look at the fire attack. We'll deal with like fireball. So I think I have a general idea, you know, with like spell costs. There. Let me get all the different kinds of fireballs for all the tiers. So they start off small now. So like that one's the, you know, the regular one. Nice small. And then if we look at things like this, so this is still considered tier 4. It's increases potency. Normally it's 1 damage, so it will do 4 damage, but it will take 20 mana. But at this point, like, you know, I have 200 as a maximum, and that's without all of the mana increases from gear that I should have on at tier 4. The cast times are going to be unique, because if you look 12 seconds, what we need to do is have it to where with each tier, things have to be balanced. So my thought is I'm going to work on tier 4 first, and then see what it takes, right? Because who's going to stand still for 24 seconds to do Pyroblast? That's not feasible, but a combination of the best staff plus all of the good gear that you should have and work towards, maybe that 24 seconds becomes like a 8 to 10 second cast time. You know, and then maybe, you know, because like for a fire spell, maybe the damage, 16 damage is actually quite a bit. Maybe I can increase the damage as well, right? And then decrease the mana cost. You know, again, depending on the equipment that I have on. So this is the big one. This is the big fireball, pyroblast. You know what? We'll actually target one of our people here. But look at this. See, it's still casting. I'm still trying. Who's it gonna be? Is it gonna be you? Yes. It's gonna. He's looking right at me. Run! Two-tongue. Wow, that did a lot of damage. That thing has 25 health, so 16 did a lot. If I do it one more time. No, yeah, you know, I'll do it one more time. I'm so sorry. Run! But yeah, the cast time, right? Like, so this is going to be where I force people. Like, if this was one of the other Magic mods, like Ars Magica, or, you know, one of the old ones that I remember playing, you don't have to have gear on. Like, you could still be, like, God mode OP and then use other people's mods or items. Oh! Did that guy just laugh? They both just laughed. Oh, jeez. Roy and Quill, they're like, oh, couldn't dodge the fireball. I hate caps lock. Time set day. There we go. But something like this, right? If I want a quicker cast time, I could still do like one of the small fireballs. Sorry, sir. Didn't mean to hit you like that. But in a way, I guess I kind of did. You know what? Let's work on gear. Let's work on set bonuses. Because I'm thinking each piece of gear can... Maybe each piece of gear can add a certain percent for reducing the cast time for spells. So yeah, I'm gonna pull out a set of the best gear, which is going to be tier 3. We're gonna rename the gear. I don't like having tier 1, 2, 3, 4. We could do something like Journeyman. The best one should be like a oh god, what kind of name should I have for mage gear? Oh god. So like Journeyman mage gear? Mage circlet for the headpiece? Because what I want to do is I do want to make all the headpieces like circlets. I don't like the idea of like a hood, or at least I can have something that's like a hood, a part of the chest. That way you could still have the circlet, and then you can have the hood like the old ratty kind of hood. But I mean, what do I want this stuff to kind of look like now? You know, headpiece, body piece, and the leggings. Because it doesn't make sense to have 4 of them, because at tier 2 you will unlock the ability to even start making some kind of mage gear. So that's gonna differentiate you between, you know, someone who's just kind of scratching the... seer, like a seer's robe, a seer's circlet, seer. Well, I mean, so the way my items are, right? There's going to be 3 different armor sets. I just don't know. I don't know what to name it. Yeah, robes. So like for body, right? Like whatever the identifier is. I guess I could just do tier 2, tier 3, and tier 4, and then I could do a localized name. So maybe I could do that. Tier 2, tier 3, and tier 4. There's 2, 3, and 4. 2, 3, and 4. You know what I want to do? I want to make boots. I want to make the Journeyman's boots and the Golden Ifriti boots in this game. I don't know what it is, Vexus. I've been channeling EverQuest. I don't know why. You know what I used to love? EverQuest 2, the Heritage quests. I don't know why, but I really enjoy doing the Heritage quests. I would pick either a Shadow Knight, Conjurer, or Necromancer. And I'm really thinking for like the names, I want to do Spirit of Wolf for the haste spell, the run speed spell. So people could ask for Sal for Spirit of Wolf. Does anyone know how to cast Sal? They could look for Temperance, Temp, and then they can look for, it's not KEI for that, Kodak's Endless Intellect. It's just called Endless Intellect in this, so... Yeah, Necromancers were good. And then it was so cool. I have a max level Necromancer Carpenter in EverQuest 2 for one of my characters. And what I did is I'm a high elf Necromancer, so I had to do the betrayal quest and then grind all the the quests and everything to get my faction up for like Freeport. Actually, I think I ended up going from Kanos to Neriak. But yeah, because I wanted to be a unique character. I'm like, yeah, normally we're conjurers, but I'm a necromancer. Oh, man. All right, so I think I can save this. I'm going to fireball it in. We're going to do some basic localization. My God, look at this file. Like everything I had to type in. Because all the spell names, the spell effects, there's a lot of flavor text. I remember being able to solo really well in EverQuest 2. Because, for like the Conjurer or Necromancer, you had a tank pet that you could like heal pretty well. You get your higher versions of the like the spells, and you were like invincible. Anxiety raises. Yeah, I feel bad for whoever does the localization for this, if anyone does. All right, so I no longer have like tier 1 of anything. Maybe in the future I'll have some like beater clothes for people, but I can get rid of this. So instead of an arcane head, it could be a Journeyman's circlet. Or seer, right? You said seer. Now, would it be like seer's circlet? Or just a seer circlet? Because I could also just say like mage circlet too. So like a mage circlet, mage robes, mage trousers. Hey, Blurry, how's it going? I'll take my magical rags now, yep. I want the magical loincloth, please. I want it to have that buff of endowment. Thank you. Reading the flavor text. I'll stop. Alright, so let's fireball this in and do a reload. I'm I don't want any more of this live wire here. I'm gonna stick with just regular water. No, I'm not. I was the skimpy Draenei paladin bikini chick. Nice. You know some of the coolest tier gear in WoW that I like in old WoW, right? I thought it was the shaman. Like if you were a Draenei shaman and you had, like, I forgot what the tier was, the tier gear, it looked just like Metroid gear, like Samus's gear from Metroid. It was really, really freaking cool. Yeah, the plate bikinis. You know, they know what their demographic is. No, people are like, they don't play for anything real. Just give them bikinis. There we go. So we got our mage trousers, our mage circlet, and we got our mage robes. Why don't we work on... So, okay, so I like that. I like that. Mage robes, mage circlet, and of course this is going to change, right? Like I'm actually gonna do the modeling a little later. What should the next tier be? So instead of like mage, what could that be? Because either way, I still kind of want the circlet, the robes as a theme. Trying to paste all these in trousers. Did I spell trousers right? I gotta make sure. I misspell things all the time. Look at that, trousers came right up. Pantalones. Oh my god. What's Google's thing here? What is this? Google. Is it like a soccer? Oh, it's like a shoe thing? Oh, soccer. Alright. Hey Blur, yeah, quite good. Just updated my sentry movement animations from scuff slithering to dragging its body. Also posted in your Discord. Oh, cool. I'll definitely take a look at that. I'm doing pretty well. I'm pretty much to the point where the gameplay loop is what I'm working on here. So, you know, being able to create things like you can make the bracelets, all the bracelets now, all the staves, all the spell books. For the models, like all the bracelets are done for the models, all the spell books are done. The staves still need work just for the models, but the way they actually work is 100% done. I just need to get the armor in, which is what we're working on now. I'll have to add a set bonus depending on the armor, so I can artificially increase your mana and decrease the spell timers. I need to go through and probably redo some of these spells, cast times, mana costs, and then whatever the effects are. There are a few spells that are still work in progress spells that I also have to work on, but that's pretty much it. After that stuff is done, I get to work on like the special spells, like the magic circle. That's going to take a lot of work, but it's going to be that specific spell, right? Just kind of like how transmutation was. And then Spellbinding Matrix and the Summon Familiar. So I'm trying to do it, and like I want tier 1 to be done, but I want it to where if people still want to use the mod, they can go to tier 2, tier 3, and tier 4. It's just not all the bits are there, right? They're not going to have Magic Circle. They're not going to have Spellbinding Matrix. You know, they're not going to have Summon Familiar. Their elemental system's not in yet, right? I don't have the elements or anything, the elementals in. I got to make a model for the elementals. In my head, I want them to be maybe have two different versions of the elementals, like a flying version and a walking version. I'm thinking, and then I was thinking like, well, I could be unique, right? And I can have like the water elementals spawn in the water, but I'm like, that would make a lot of water. Then for like the fire elementals, like if they spawn in fire, you'll never see a fire elemental. You know, and since there aren't like biomes like in Minecraft where I could just say, well, in this biome, like the savannah, spawn this and this kind, I can't do that. I gotta sneeze. Chew, man. We need Sally Whitemane's armor. Whitemane, there we go. I need to look like I'm in a red bathroom casting magic. A red bathroom, what? Whoops, did not mean to do that. Yeah, and once I bring in the elementals, like I can bring all these spells online as well, because all these spells are like resistances to a certain element type. but that system's like halfway in. Like, I have the element types in, I just don't have the spells. The spells will inflict elemental damage when I bring the system online, but I'll see fire elementals. I like trying to burn down forests that are full of wolves. Yeah, right. Just fireball the chamber and let the gods sort it out. Perfect. Yeah, and the tongs. I was working on other things. There we go. But yeah, so you know, it's looking pretty good. Let's work on again, right? Magic circlet or mage circlet, mage robes, mage trousers. Magician? No, mage and magician. I don't know. I might as well, instead of mage, I could put like magician circlet. Let's use Google. This is what takes me the longest, right? Like, this is just a simple localized name. What are these things called? It'll take the same amount of time for me to actually put in the buff bonuses, right? Something more, you know, complex. God, what do I even search here? I was gonna say I could go to ChatGPT. That's pretty good. ChatGPT. Let's get into it here, in the other screen, so then you can see my info. Everyone just knows me as Vice. Apparently I gotta like sign completely back in. It's been a while. There we go. I'm actually interested if ChatGPT could help directly with VS. I don't think it could help directly. I've been using ChatGPT for ideas like this, right? Like, what are more ways to, you know, describe an elemental spell name that has earth, you know, things like that. It does pretty well. So, I can't show the whole thing here, but you know, you'll have like your ChatGPT. So I can just say something like, can you give me ideas for names for magic equipment? Of course, it wasn't typing anything, you son of a... Can you give me names of mage circlets? Here, stop generating. Hold on. I didn't say circlets. I said circles. CIRCLET. So let's see. We have enchanter circlet. See, and this is kind of what it does, right? It can just have a whole list of circlets. Elemental circlet could be good for like a fire. Celestial sages circlet. Time weavers. Ooh, time weaver would be interesting. Maybe something rust like. Even though Google and Bing had their own AI ChatGPT free version, still better than any of those in my opinion. Yeah. It's kind of funny because they're, you know, the accuracy, they're decreasing it because of all the craziness that's going on, right? All the people up in arms and protests. I honestly, I just kind of sit back and think it's kind of funny. Eldritch Arts circlet, no. Lunar Sorcery circlet, Illusionist circlet. Alright, you know what? The beeping from these NPCs is kind of annoying. There we go. They're all laughing and like talking with each other. Oh, when did you get here? Oh, same time you did. Is that one dude still dead? Or did he revive? He revived. He's just laughing. I took a fireball to the knee. Oh, Vice. One either adapts or gets crushed by it. Yeah. Well, I mean, what about all the... I was talking about this with someone else, like, they're like, oh my god, this is terrible for all the poor writers. And I'm just, you know, because they're, oh, ChatGPT, like, they're up in arms about it. And I'm like, well, why don't they come out with something new then? Like, these are people who... I'm like, what's the last time you were able to not predict a movie, right? Like... There's a certain formula that everyone seems to go by, and I know personally I'm tired of seeing the same bullcrap wrapped up in a different sheet, you know? If ChatGPT could help them to not have the same drummed out ideas, then I think they should use the tool, right? Instead of condemning it. It's like, obviously, these guys, you can't just say, ChatGPT, write me a book, and it's gonna write you a book. Like, that's not how the AI works. So anyone who thinks that obviously has never actually tried to use ChatGPT or anything before. Tried to use AI. And even like paragraphs, you read it and you're like, whoa, this isn't really you know, this isn't really anything I want anyone else to read. I don't remember such a moment, to be honest. Oh yeah. Or are you talking about with the like strikes and stuff, the Writers Guild or whatever it is? I don't know. I'm not seeing anything here. Let's see. Give me more examples. I mean, you know, I could do like an Adept's robe, right? So you could have like your Mage Circlet, an Adept Circlet. Nah, I don't think Adept is good. You know, instead of a Circlet, give me examples of magic equipment names. Like, I was watching TV series Shadow and Bone. It's a good series, yet feels so damn predictable. That's what I'm talking about. Like, a lot of the stuff's predictable because that same formula is in like everything. It's like, you know what's great? Not having it be predictable by using the same formula. And if ChatGPT is able to come out with something that's randomized that people want over what you're doing, maybe you should change what you're doing then. And or leverage it, right? Because that's what people are liking. I just don't understand. You know, I could do timeless robes, timeless leggings. Maybe that could be like the final one. That kind of fits the lore of this game. Because, you know, like it was like pretty much like the fall of the world, right? You know, like humanity is kind of like the scraps right now is what we're seeing. So timeless could be like the highest. Staff of the Starcaller. That'd be a good staff name. Everlasting. Gauntlets, Crown of Wisdom, Phoenix Feather Wand. Okay, so it's getting into like blades and stuff for equipment. Let's do the show me more. Vorpal? Stonehalt Warding, Moonshadow, Stormcaller, Timekeeper, no. Oracle. Oh. Like Oracle's trousers? Right, something like this, right? Oracle Circlet, and then you could have the Timeless. And then maybe after the Timeless, I could have element-specific gear to really make it look unique. Vorpal sounds like an artifact weapon or piece. Yeah, right? Like a Vorpal blade or, you know. I definitely agree. So now that we spent all that time coming up with the damn names... Oh man, it's great. It's wonderful. Wonderful. Alright, let's just take a quick look here. So, Mage's Robes, Oracle's Robes, Timeless Robes. And then we got the circlets. Alright, so let's apply a stat bonus to these now. I'm gonna get rid of some of this stuff. I'm just gonna put on the better one. I should get a chess. Kind of want to save that. Oh. I'll put the rest of these in here as well. All my ideas. So this is going to be like the entry-level clothes. I want to redo the texture and add some things. But see, it's going to be kind of like a robe. I want to make it to where the back it's like connected there. But yeah, right. Something like this, without my fancy tool belt. Yeah, so I gotta transpose that kind of over. I think I'm gonna make it more brown instead of red, because the entry level stuff, right? Like it's gotta, you know, you gotta look a little rough and tumbled a bit. But. All right, let's work on the mage bonuses. We'll do the timeless. I'm finding it's easier to balance this stuff out, just getting the best, kind of tooling everything for like a tier 4 mage, what they should be seeing, and then just backfill everything by 1%. Right, so you'll have your armor on, and then this is, you know, this is what's going to kind of look like your, you know, each piece, right? So when you put it on, I want that mage kind of feel. Rock, Scissors, Pizza, g'day, how's the magic mod coming along? I'm just working on the gameplay loop now. We're about to do a set bonus for this. We're going to be focusing on increasing maximum mana, and then we're going to focus on spellcasting times. So depending on the gear you have, you'll be able to, you know, cast a spell a little faster. Did you end up replying to that Reddit post I linked you? No, I don't have a Reddit. You know, something like that. I'm going to be I almost did it today. I may do it tomorrow if I can get the armor done. And then just pretty much like when I get the armor done, I want to do a couple posts, you know, have a couple videos and stuff about like spell casting, and you know, like most of the spells are done. Some of the more complex, like maybe I have like another 10 to 12 spells in total to work on, but some of those are going to be like fun. Like the portal spell, the summon gateway. Oh, I'm going to have so much fun with that. You know, just miscellaneous things. I think for the summon gateway, I'm actually going to make it an entity instead of like a block entity. It's gonna be pretty slick. I think people will be interested in not only your project but watching it progress. Yeah, I probably should have like put it out there more to get more people in kind of watching. But at the same time, it's good that it's been kind of low numbers. Just because a lot of people, you know, a lot of people have ideas, and it could be easy when a project is like in its infancy to like, you know, cut through all the ideas, you know, because everyone has a different idea of what they want to see a spell system be, you know, but it just may not be quite right in the execution. Look, that guy just moved, just laughed. Take that. Oh, I was working on I could show this off. Let's meditate. I was working on the summon light spell. So as soon as I hop into meditation, there we go. Summon Light's a tier 1 spell. So basically, you can cast the spell and it shoots an orb projectile, and wherever it goes, it actually puts a temporary globe of light. So if I do time set night, it actually will light up an area. So you could be in a cave, and then you can throw this out, and then I'm going to have it to where it lasts like so long, like however many minutes. So, but it's gonna be quite a few minutes. We're talking like maybe 30 minutes, an hour, you know, maybe 2 hours maximum, which could be quite a few in-game days before it starts to dim and then disappears. I also want to make it rotate, you know, just kind of like spin a little bit. I just didn't put that in yet, but I thought Summon Light was a pretty neat concept. And you could break it by hand, you know, if you ever want the spell to like not be there. But yeah, so like I could come over to here. I thought this was a pretty neat spell to do, you know, so I can, well, apparently it shot right there. Oh, because I think I hit this guy. So if I do this, there we go. I alone count as 5 people in the aspect of spitting out ideas. Yeah, and you want helpful backseaters, not pushy ones. Yeah, that's exactly it, right? Like, helpful people is nice. And, you know, pushy's not bad. Again, when the idea is already there, because at least you could say a definite, like, no, right? If someone's like, well, you should make this system and that, it's like, well, that's a different mod. You know, that's not exactly this mod. I think for now, I actually have these lasting 10 minutes, and it has nothing to do with the game time. It's just like 10 minutes of being in existence in the server. So eventually, these will fade and disappear. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of show that off. What was I going to work on? Armor set bonus. So let's work on increasing maximum mana. Now the question is, do I want a legit armor set bonus, or do I want to make it to where each piece of gear will have a certain stat to it, right? So maybe out of the 3 pieces for tier 4, maybe each one reduces your cast time by 20%, you know, so you could have that maximum of like 60% less for your cast time. Or should I have it to where you need all 3 pieces of gear in order to get... Or maybe I should have both. Maybe an armor set bonus could be a little different. Such a show-off. Yep, that's me, Bernardo. I show off. It's called peacocking, Bernardo. Peacocking. I'm flaunting my feathers, and I think I got your attention. So yeah, I got all these like summoned orb items that I'll be hiding. I gotta hide the rest of these as well. But I think for now, like, a lot of things are working pretty well. All right, so let's I kind of like the idea of making it to where, you know, each piece of gear you have decreases your cast time by a certain amount. So let's do that. Now, the way I'm going to achieve this is by going into the magic knowledge entity behavior. This is like the bread and butter right now of this mod. This is what gives you mana, gives you everything. Well, sad that I can't stay longer on the stream. I wish the rest of the stream. I hope to catch you. Yeah, okay, see you later, Blurry. That's what she said. Oh, Moobot's missing it today. Just missing it. So, is player wearing Arcane Bracelet? Get Arcane Bracelet tier. So I already have something similar for the Arcane Bracelet, so I'm just kind of minimizing things here. Yeah, so I think I have 3 methods for the Arcane Bracelet. I have getting the tier of the Arcane Bracelet, right? And that's just getting a static, you know, name, last name for it. And then that works with this is the player wearing that set thing. So that it turns it into like a Boolean, right? Like, yes, they have the equipment on. And then I apply the attribute of whatever it is. So I'll look at it and I'll see, like, okay, does this contain, you know, like tier 1 for the bracelet? Like, is that the code, bracelet tier 1? If that is true, then I'm actively changing the regen mana gain by a certain amount. So what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to do checks for the helmet, the chest piece, and the legs in those leg slots. And then I'm going to want to parse out what type of legs that you have And then from there, I'm going to want to apply a certain amount of whatever the stat is based on that. And then I want to accumulate those together into one primary stat that I can then use in like the wand, right, for like casting spells or whatever. So I know that's a mouthful, but we're actually going to start here. I'm going to shut down the game. We're going to paste this in. So instead of apply arcane bracelet bonus, I could say apply armor bonus. Or I could say armor equipment bonus. Because I could do an armor equipment bonus, and then I can do an armor set bonus as well. Maybe an armor set bonus could be like double jump or something. I could have fun with it. Alright, the next thing, the first thing we have here is the player wearing a bracelet. So we're going to have to recreate this. This right here. So I'm going to paste that in. Is player wearing, again, it's going to be themed the same. So we are looking at armor equipment. So is the player wearing armor equipment? So wearing armor. I can just do armor there. So I'm getting the inventory. Oh, you know what? Instead of equipment, I should break this down further for each method. How do I want to do this? You know what? I should get a string. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. For equipment, I'm going to pipe in a string. This is going to be called armor slot. And then I'm just going to pipe in the particular, the particular armor slot that I'll be looking for. That way I don't have to make a bunch of methods. I can just reuse this one. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to want to do. Although it seems unhappy. Is it not a string? Oh, it's an integer. Whoops. Okay, so yeah, that's fine. So I could just turn this to an int. There we go. So I'll be looking at a certain inventory slot. So I can say wearing armor, true. I can delete all of this out, and then I can return wearing armor. So this method is going to, I could use this to parse in each individual inventory slot to see like, hey, does this item exist? All right, so for the armor slot empty, and if the code contains, so now I want to put in a string, and I can say armor, or I could say like a armor name I can put in. So I could do something like that. So I can put in the slot and then the specific name I'm looking for. So I could do, since it's a contains, I could do like dash tier 2, which would be the mage. Dash tier 4 would be the timeless, right? Oracle would be dash tier 3. So I can look at specific items from this same method. All right, so I can come back down to here. We are going to replace this method. And again, we're looking for those two things. So I'm going to copy this. We're going to paste this in. So instead of the arm, I'll look for the head first. We'll deal with the head. So if it's a head and it's a tier 1. So if it's a tier 1 headpiece, then we're going to run specific player logic. I don't need this check. And I don't need anything here. Really, I could just... directly modify something. I think I could delete all of this. The code that I just did made all that not needed. I'm going to have to think about how I want to parse this out. I think I made a new stat called cast time modifier, maybe? Spell modifier cast time. And then I have the spell modifier mana cost. I probably shouldn't make a spell modifier damage. Or maybe I should call it the effect. Spell modifier effect. Spell modifier effect. So the effect, so I can increase the potency of a spell is what I'm looking to do. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. First alarm. Alright, let's get this. Copy. Paste. We gotta create a constant for it. Whoops, did not mean to do that. There we go. Effect. Go down here, copy, paste, call this effect. Whoops, E-F-F-E-C-T. There we go. So I shouldn't need that anymore. There we go. So this is another watched attribute that I'm going to be adding to the player. Because eventually I probably will want to kind of shape my mod in this way. We're going to come right into here. Copy, paste. Instead of cast time, it will be effect. And then the modifier effect. Excellent. Yep, and it is a flow. Okay, so I made that, but what I really want to do is just the cast time right now. Or you know what? Let's do, not mana cost. There's another thing I have here. What did I call it? It has to do with mana. Armor max mana is what I want to do. Where is it? Here we go. So this dot armor max mana equals for the tier 1, well, there's tier 2 helmet. Kind of make this look a little better. So I'm gonna do a tier 3 helmet and a tier 4 helmet, and then I will say the tier 4 helmet can give you maybe the tier 2 helmet can increase your mana by 20. Let's do 20 mana points. The next one will be 40. The next one will be 60 mana points. Now I'm gonna have to apply this bonus. We're just about done. Where's the main method? I think this is it. Yep, so on game tick, if you have mana, here we go. Right before we dynamically set anything, I want to run this and look for any kind of armor bonus. That way I can add the armor bonus to the player mana bonus to get your total mana. Oh, whoops, I forgot to rebuild. So save, build, success. So if we put on a different helmet, we should see our mana artificially increasing. The maximum mana, I should say. So it looks like our mana goes down. And look at that, 260 out of 200. If I make my screen bigger, there we go. So if I remove my helmet, what does it do? It did not decrease my mana. If I add it again, okay, so it's not increasing it. Let's get a different helmet, because that's the timeless. Let's do the Mage's Circlet. Ah, see? So, 220. So, I need to put a check in here to where if you remove the helmet completely, your mana goes back. The way I'm going to do that is by doing... I'm going to do a nested if statement. Maybe that's what it is. And then I can set this back to 0. So we'll do a nested if statement. Snooze. I got one more reset here. Oh, let me fireball it in. Boop. Okay, so as soon as I take it off, there we go. Now it's doing it. So 200 mana is my maximum. I put the timeless piece of armor on, and I got 260 mana. Not bad. Not bad at all. That's definitely a huge amount of mana. That's probably too much for a circlet. Maybe I could do like 50 mana points. Damn alarm. You know you love it, Bernardo. Makes you twitch. I'm going to create a float right here. Temp max mana. Or you know what? Not even temp. I'm just going to put max mana. I'll call it max mana. Here we go. I'm going to copy this. We'll paste equals max mana. So what I just did here, it's going to be a little annoying directly doing all these assignments, running through everything. So I'm going to use a temporary float that I can manipulate a little more. And I can say, well, if it equals this, this, or this, then this is what the max mana is going to be. And then see, I can get the 0, so I don't need that else statement. Now I could just pipe in the rest of the stuff and have it be accumulative. Right, so if I put that back in, it should run just about the same. So again, yep, take it off and on. If I put the weaker one on, that only gives me 20 mana maximum. There it is. So we have our mana increasing. Now I can also add similar things, right? I could copy all of this. We can paste it 2 times. And I can now say if... oh, you know what? Here, max mana head. Take a couple more. So we'll have head, body, and legs. So head, head, and head. And then we can have body, body, and body. And then we will have legs, legs, and legs. And now I can add all 3 together. Plus mana legs. Right, so all 3 of those will be whatever the final amount of mana you get from your armor. And for here, instead of head, it's going to be body. Body, body, and then... Again, that same method can service everything that we need. Does it all. So now we should have 6, 12, 18. We should have 180 more mana, so we should have 380 mana when this when we fireball this in. And save and fireball. So we're gonna have a lot of mana. Look at that, 180 mana. If I take off the chest piece, I lost 60 mana. We're down to 320. So our mana set bonus is working. Now I gotta dial in what the amount of mana is that you should get based on the mana cost, because like 180 mana is like, you know, that's a lot of mana. It would be cool to have like 500 mana as your as like a maximum, just for like a nice easy number. But that doesn't mean that you need 500 just from these items. I can make like boots and more wrist pieces, and maybe I can make like a socket bonus system, you know, like a necklace or something. The gem of Jadenar, something. So we got the armor bonus sets. I would have to add, you know, something to the tooltip saying like increases maximum mana by 180 when worn or whatever. But it was that easy to do. I could do a similar thing. I could copy this whole thing. Oh boy. So I could copy this whole thing now, and I can have an armor set bonus. I can have a second kind of bonus here. Like I could pipe in another method here and say, okay, well, run this through for like, you know, mana, right? You know, like increasing maximum mana. Okay, let's make another one that decreases cast time. And all these modifiers, because I've already built these systems in the background and already attach them to the player in, you know, wanting to do something like this, this is going to be really easy to do. Hooray! We have now the only other thing I have to do is put in the flavor text for the tooltip. You know, balance things out the best I can, and actually do the modeling. And then the equipment should be, oh, and make it to where you can actually make this armor as well. Other than that, that's pretty much the armor's done. At what point do I release this, right? I'll be posting on the Vintage Story forums before I do. Get the hype up on it. Let's look at Twitch. Who's playing this game? Vintage Story. Who do we got? RP server session 3. No backseating. I don't think I've seen this person before. Oh, they got a lot of people watching. I should be dead by all rights, yet I hunt. Oh, so it's like an RP server. Town B stands for town base. Jolene's keeping building. RP server. God, there's a lot of RP server people. I'm thinking, and then they at least all speak English. You know, I'm gonna raid the lowest on the totem pole for it. So Ginger Kitsu is who we are gonna raid. Oh, you know what? Actually, we won't. We will not raid them. Instead, this person I haven't seen play in a while. Well, I don't think I've followed them before. No, we'll pick someone else. All right, I'll go with this person. No, I don't want to go. God, who do I want to raid? Hanek, A Tale of Two Towns. Jeez, I just don't know. This person will be right back. You know what? I see. It looks like it's just you and I, Bernardo. Yeah, I don't know. It's just you and I. I'm not gonna raid anyone. I'll just end it here. My raid of one Bernardo. Although Bernardo is equivalent of like 20 people in content. Bernardo's awesome, but I shall not raid. But you know, thanks for stopping by. I'm definitely curious to see you know, some Minecraft stuff, right? Like I want Neo Forge to like separate already. You know, get all those assets out, and then I'm interested in maybe doing some Minecraft modding. Maybe. We'll see. Nothing but heartache down that road, but we'll see. Thanks so much. I'll talk to you later. Bye.